Guys, what's up? I'm here today. I'm going to be installing smoked taillights on my 2015 Kia Optima, and here we go. Guys, so what you're going to need to complete this task is a heat gun, a squeegee or credit card, a paper towels, tape, a microfiber towel, a spray bottle, and ammonia-free glass cleaner. And that's about all you'll need. Also, before you start, you're going to need someone else to help you because there's no way you can do a heat gun and like do everything. You need multiple pairs of hands. It'll be way easier when you're actually installing the vinyl, so keep that in mind. And I'm going to go ahead and voice over the instructions as we do this. I'm going to speed this up and then see what it looks like after. So here's what it looks like before it was red. I already did the bottom one, and you can probably see that it's like way darker compared to the top. So we're going to go ahead and do these and see what they look like after. The instructions clearly say to seek professional installation. If you don't know what you're doing, or you're scared of the instructions, whatever, I have no idea what I'm doing, so hopefully we'd get this right. So thanks for watching. Here we go. So what you're going to want to do is spray your ammonia-free glass cleaner on the taillight and thoroughly clean the taillight and the surrounding area. Then after this, you're going to want to get your 2-to-1 ratio of alcohol and water and spray the taillight and surrounding area to make sure it's clean. Then you're going to want to get a piece of tape and make sure it's really sticky, otherwise, it's bad. So if it's not sticky, then just reapply the alcohol and wipe off the alcohol to water ratio. And obviously make sure you have the right vinyl that you're putting on, because if you peel the wrong one off, obviously it won't work. If yours are already cut out, yeah, that's bad. So what you're gonna want to do is wet the taillight with either a soapy water solution or the ammonia-free glass cleaner to make it wet, and then also wetting the back of the vinyl so it can slide around. So once you have that figured out, you can go ahead and set the vinyl on, and you'll be able to slide it around, so don't get too freaked out. But make sure that there's plenty of liquid in there. And then you're also going to want to spray the top of the lens, otherwise it'll be really hard to adjust it. I didn't hear until later, but I learned that if you spray the glass cleaner or soapy water on top, it'll help make it smoother when doing it. So what you're going to want to do with the heat gun though is heat up the areas and then just smooth it out and go with the flow, and just make sure there's no air bubbles as best as possible. So this was after we finished. Basically we were just touching it up, and with using the squeegee and pushing out all the air bubbles, this is how it turned out. And basically for the rest of the tail lights, it's all the same technique, and you're going to want to do the same thing for each of them. And I'll show you how I did the other ones with using the liquid on top of the vinyl. It's just to give it a better feel, and yeah, it came out pretty good for being the first one that we actually did. But also make sure at the end of it that you use the heat gun or blow dryer to seal the edges and make sure it's all sucked in tight. Like when you apply heat, it draws the vinyl and shrinks it, so make sure that everything's all tight when it's all done and when you're done at the end. Also, it says on the instructions that you can get an X-Acto knife and cut off all the excess, as you can see on the bottom of the tail light. But personally, I just folded it under and heated it to the surface just so it would stay there. I mean, if you don't like the look, then you can take it off, but I personally might do a second pair because of how these came out. I know how they work now, and I feel like I could do a better job, and you'll see in the later in the video how bad the rest of them came out. Well, this is the first one we got on, and as you can see, it didn't come out too bad, considering we have really no idea or experience with this ever. But you can see right here we have some bubbles, and I don't know, hopefully that'll go away. I might have to cut it or something, but even if it stays, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. It's not that bad. and I'll show you at the end what it looks like with the lights on, but we're going to go ahead and do this one next. So like I said, you just want to spray your ammonia-free glass cleaner, clean off the tail light and the surrounding edges, and then you're going to want to go ahead and just get right into it. Oh wait, well, after doing the alcohol again. But yeah, just really make sure it's clean and there's no dirt or debris or anything on the taillight, otherwise it will be stuck in between, and nobody wants some gross stuff like that. Okay, so at the end of it, this one didn't really give us a problem until we got into the curve of the taillight. Like in the beginning it was really good and it was coming out amazing, and then once we got to the curve, things started taking a turn for like the worst, and you'll see right now. I'll show you, but you know, you just gotta be really patient and like take your time, otherwise you'll end up like us. And I don't know, it's a really difficult thing to do, and you just gotta take your time on it. And as you can see, like, I'm spraying over it just so it's easier to mold it and get the bubbles out. This is what happens when you try to do it yourself. We got all this foldage, and I actually ripped it right there because I held on too long. Don't hold the heat on in one place for too long. That's obvious because you'll start getting tears and rips through it. So I'm going to start it up and see how it looks with the motor running. Looks like with the running lights on. You can still see the brake lights. It's not too black of a tint. And here's the blinker. And then here's the brake light. And here is the reverse light. You can still see it perfectly through there. So here's actually leave it in reverse. So here's what it looks like with the tint on in reverse with the brakes on, and here's what it looks like without it. So you can see there's like a difference, but not too much of a difference. To show it in the video. Okay, so we just finished. I know it's nighttime. I went to the store and like did a bunch of stuff, but we just finished. And this is what it looks like. It's nighttime obviously, but this is what it looks like on the car. You can still see the tail lights, so it's not like blacked out or anything by any means. And I shouldn't have too many problems. But yeah, this is what it looks like with it on. Got down there too. But yeah, so, and also I installed LEDs back there, and that's locked. Okay. And that's locked. And that's locked. You know, safety features. We living in the hood. No, I'm just kidding. We got the LEDs interior that I swapped out. I also swapped these lights out. I also swapped out my headlights to have clearer headlights because they were like yellow and stuff. But that's what they look like now. And then my rear, I have stuff in my back, but LEDs, so the interior looks pretty cool. Better than my trailer. So that's pretty much it for the video. It's the update of the car. I'm going to be doing some other stuff pretty soon with some Plasti Dip, so stay tuned and subscribe. Like this video if it helped you in any way. I doubt it did because, you know, oh yeah, well, to mention, this side came out, same thing, like really bad folds right here, but not as bad as this side. I don't think. Yeah, this side, I don't know, it's kind of, I don't know. It was a test. I'll probably get some more in the future and then retry it because now I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit, but we'll see. Anyway, peace out. Thanks for watching. Bye. Paper towels, tape, a microfiber towel,